Me, I am a memoir. I said a memoir. We're going deep. We're going down too deep into the regular verse. Oh yeah, the regular verse. Regular.
Hello, Lamely, and welcome back to Me, I Am a Memoir. The meaning of Mariah Carey, but not really, because we're in the Regularverse. So regular. Get that horrible Hold You Down song that I still haven't recovered from.
I have not recovered from poor Big Pun. Like just his memory sullied by whatever that mess was.
She is. But we need to get out of this poo puddle into some other regularity. So I'm Posh, that is Fab, and we are just going to jump straight into breaking down the rest of this album because I hope the worst is over.
What?
I hope the worst is over, but let's find out.
You would be wrong.
I'm now trying to think of what is worse than that. So it's time to get the, what is it? The down low on the down low?
The low down on the down low. The down low.
Low down on the down low.
Down low. Low down.
Sing it, Fab.
Getting the low down. Oh, I wish I hadn't. All right, we are.
That's on par with Hold You Down. I don't know which is worse.
How very dare you? At least I tried singing.
True. I mean, I will say she tried on the bridge. She failed. She tried.
We are in the middle of the Jennifer Lopez, not J-Lo. Jennifer Lopez album.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Rebirth, because she's been reborn after... the relationship died, and then Big Pun died, and then
she died from old age. Yeah. So then she had to be
reborn,
restarted like a computer.
So we're up to track 4. I can't believe we only did 3 songs.
I know
there were too many Fabnopsises. That's why Fabnopsies. Yeah. So
we're blaming you. No, we're not blaming me. That's good. I'm happy.
Yeah, blame me and J-Lo's blog. So we are on to Whatever You Want to Do, which is track 4, which is written by Rich Harrison, who was also responsible for stealing Usher's song and giving it to J-Lo. Delma Churchill, Harvey Fuqua, and Kenneth Hawkins, produced by Rich Harrison and Corey Rooney, who we all know is J-Lo's vocal producer. And sometimes songwriter, co-writer.
It would be funny if we found out that Corey is AI. It's just a program called Corey Rooney.
No, he worked on a Mariah song and it's one of my favourites. Back before.
Okay. Which one was it?
It was...
Oh, yeah. You told me the B-side, yeah.
So J-Lo in this song is demanding funk. Unfortunately, what she gets is a repetitive, annoying song that barely varies beyond the 3 notes that she can confidently sing. Well, I say sing. She's mostly talking urgently in a kind of melodic non-rap. And the outro is annoying. Hers is not the voice that really deserves to be showcased without instrumentation at the end of a song. Her backup singers are doing a really good job, however. This could have been an okay song, but it's too insistent and it becomes very annoying very quickly. Did you feel the same about Whatever You Want to Do?
I wrote that I think we're back in Diddy territory where somehow Jen has kind of shown up with some energy, but everything that's happening is just not making any sense and it's just kind of noise.
Yeah.
I said it could have been fun if they calmed it down and added a stronger melody.
Yeah.
I said, poor Jen only has enough power to inject one song with energy and she wasted it on this. So it's one of those songs, there's some idea. I agree. Like there's some ideas here that didn't quite work.
Yeah.
I said, admittedly, the second listen wasn't as bad as my first. Like my first listen was really jarring. The second listen didn't frustrate me as much, but I said maybe it's because of Hold You Down. I said,
it comes on the back of a very bad song.
Yeah, I said this was a lot of things, but boring wasn't one of them.
Oh no!
So I was like, Hold You Down was very boring. Like, at least this thing was something.
No, this is not boring. It's annoying.
It's annoying.
Like it's just
like I said, I really hated it on the first listen.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's just
and also when you say something like "Let's get some funk" or whatever she says at the beginning, you're like, "Ooh, And then nothing happens.
And then there's no...
or everything happens at once.
No fun. It's just repetitive. I mean, this is the thing, like, Rich Harrison, I mean, I guess that's his bag. He writes repetitive songs. Like, that sax sample from Get Real, which is, you know, all him, is the most repetitive thing in the world, but it's weaponized in a really interesting, fun way in that song.
Yeah.
Where nothing here
song,
is.
Meteorite.
Yeah.
Like Meteorite is quite a repetitive, but in a trancey kind of like, ooh, I'm getting swept off into it kind of way.
Yeah.
Whereas, this is, I don't know what this is.
This is not fun. Yeah. Well, so I'm Real. What percentage of the song do you think she sang? Was it a high low, or mid low, or a low?
I thought this was kind of a low. I thought we were about 20%. I think there was a lot of other people yelling at us as well.
I mean, she does a lot of urgent talking.
Yes.
And I feel like that was all her.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of, like, she's kind of mixed down. Yeah, I kind of went mid-low. And it's a definite no-low for me. It's
I'm firmly no-low.
Yeah, we're in the no-low camp. We have decamped. There's no pro here. Go away, whatever you want to do. All right, that means we're up to track 5, which is Cherry Pie, which I was excited about at first, thinking it was going to be a cover of Warrant's Cherry Pie.
She's my cherry pie.
I was like, oh, J-Lo. She's going full lesbian here by singing about cherry pie.
Yes, I would love that.
And then I discovered it's written by Jennifer Lopez.
It is.
Tim Kelly, Bob Robinson, and Corey Rooney. Tim Kelly and Bob Robinson are Tim and Bob, who used to produce for TLC. They've done a lot of stuff in the past. They produced the Thong Song. It was one of their infamous pieces of work. So you're like, oh, well, maybe this will be good. If you've got Tim and Bob, they're producing it as well with Corey Rooney. How did you feel about Tim and Bob unleashing all of their powers on the Jennifer Lopez partly penned Cherry Pie?
I mean, firstly, just the title itself, you're already like, this is going to be interesting. My first line is, this isn't actually any good, but I'm glad it's not the previous 2 songs. That's something. I said, there's a couple of fun things happening in the production, like the haze. Like when she was like, hey, I was like, okay, fun.
Yeah.
It's just still not any good. I was so distracted by everything going on, I didn't realize this is about cherry pie and cream. Lord.
Yeah.
I said, it's not irredeemable. There's some okay moments in the beat, but it all gets wiped away with cherry and cream. So basically, the instrumental's kind of fine.
Yeah.
Everything written on top of it, I didn't like it.
It's fine. Like, it's not good.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Yeah. I said, she's talking again, but not enough, because she's decided she can sing this pastiche of a 90s Janet Jackson number. Again, she's quite buried in the mix. Like, she's, you know, they don't trust her vocally. Like, they bury her. Yeah. The backing vocalist and the loops are so much louder than her, and the weird interrupts where she's about to swear are louder than her.
Oh,
like, you know, when she goes to say a couple of swear words and then there's other people going, ooh, or like, that's louder than her vocal. I got to say, her vocals are probably the best they've been in English on this song, because, you know, I like her Spanish vocals.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's such a nothing song. I mean, it's No Dear Ben, which is actually horrible. And I'm sure we're thankful that this is a nothing song as opposed to a Dear Ben. Or
do you think we're going to get Cherry Pie Part 2?
No. You know, when I listened to it the second time, I'm like, oh, you know what this is? This is Black Cat Light. Like, this is...
I love Black Cat.
Black Cat is such a great song.
It's so good. I love Rock Janet.
Yeah. Like, because the guitars in the bridge are getting more of a showcase than her voice.
Yeah.
Also, I don't understand why you would call a song Cherry Pie and not have any other reference to cherries or pies apart from some cream vaguely down the end.
It was like some heterosexual nonsense.
What is with all the breaking rules and driving fast? What's that got to do with delicious baked goods? Like, I don't understand. It's annoying. And Jennifer Lopez, who allegedly contributed to the writing of this song, thinks it has a Prince vibe. No, it does not, Jen. It has a
Well,
regular
that would explain
vibe.
why. That's probably explain why I don't like it. Because as we found out, I don't like a lot of Prince songs.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know. I didn't like Prince songs, but apparently I don't.
It does not have a Prince vibe. I can tell you from someone who listened to Prince albums, there's no Prince
true.
vibe.
I feel like her contribution to this song was, I should do a song called Cherry Pie. And then she walked out of the room.
And mention the cream. I really like it when you put cream on a cherry pie. I mean,
Yeah,
I
she
don't
was just
eat it, but
eating-
I like it.
Yeah, she was thinking about eating it.
Yeah. I like how it looks
Oh,
like
you
a
know, I had
wedding
this great
dress
idea.
that I could wear when I get married
Yeah.
again.
She was just like, I was just thinking about eating something. And if I could, it would be cherry pie.
Yeah.
So I think there's something in that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? I'm going to go to
I'll
lunch.
sort
Bye.
that out, Tim and Bob, and I'll get back to you. So I'm real. What percentage do you think she sang?
I've written mid-low, about 60%.
Yeah. See, I think it's high-low. I think she's not her worst, but the song is awful. Like, that's the thing. She tries really hard on the shit songs, and she makes
I
no
know.
contribution to the good songs.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't want to wreck them.
Yeah, maybe.
She's a businesswoman
keep-
first. She goes, no one will buy this if I actually sing on it.
That's funny. Yeah, it's interesting that we have moments, glimmers of times where we're like, oh,
Yeah.
she sounded nice.
Yeah. No.
And
you're
then
singing in
there's other
English, and
times-
you're not usually good at that.
Yeah. And there's other times where it's like, why?
Why?
Who said that this was okay?
Yeah. Well, anyway, I said it was a high-low and a no-low.
Yeah, I said it was a no-low as well.
Yeah, like this, we're doubling down on no-lows. Usually we're a bit
Yeah.
separate on these albums, but
Yeah, I feel like, and we'll know more when we get to the end, but yeah, I'll compare as to how I feel and why I feel about this album,
Yeah.
maybe in comparison to some others when we get there.
and yeah, I mean, imagine like I don't think even Janet Jackson could save that song if she was singing on it. Like I think it's a piece of shit.
I've been doing a bit of a Janet Discog journey.
She's so good.
God, she's horny.
Yeah.
She's so horny.
Then what about when she
Like-
gets into a ballad? She tears up a
A
ballad.
horny ballad? I'm only up to about 2002, so I've listened to the bulk of the really popular stuff, but there's still a few more to go. But
Janet.
yeah, it's been interesting that every second song is just her having an orgasm.
Yeah, well, she's very busy.
And it's so she's such a placid
I know.
person. Like when she's so soft spoken that when you just and she really, I believe that she's getting fucked to the hilt when she's making those noises.
I used to watch Fame that she was in. She's a very good actor. So,
I haven't seen her act much. She did do in her concert. It was so random. She had random clips of her acting. It was very fun. It was meant to be an intimate concert at Hamer Hall.
Right.
And then because of the trial for the death of Michael, it all
Oh.
got moved around and shoved into, what do you call it, Rod Laver. So it didn't quite make sense in that setting.
Yeah.
So I think it was meant to be like this intimate kind of smaller show of, oh, and I'm showing some videos and telling some stories. But that just did not happen.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I went to the cinema to see her in Poetic Justice with
Oh, yeah. There might have been a clip from
old mate. What's his name?
Tupac.
Tupac. That's him. He was in that, and she played a Stevie Wonder song and cried, and it was the best. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's stop talking about people who know what they're doing musically and get back to the regular verse.
I mean, Janet knows J-Lo, so she might be visiting the regular verse.
Yeah, she might have popped in, and like she could really, when we do our album of our J-Lo tribute album where we get people who can actually sing to do her songs, we'll get Janet to do one of them. She'll do a great job. Our next song is called "I Got You." It's another Dark Child and Uncle Freddie bit of business. LaShawn Daniels, Aaron Pierce as well. Also writing on it, produced by Dark Child and Corey Rooney. How did you feel about "I Got You"? The letter U, Prince style.
I know. I never like that. I kind of felt like, this nearly went off the rails, but I think Dark Child knows how to produce a song.
Yes.
So he did manage to keep it together. I said it's not Mariah, but it's also not terrible.
Yeah.
I said it's certainly a better choice as a single than Hold You Down.
Yeah.
Like, So yeah, I wasn't like, oh my God, I love it. But I was okay with it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I thought it was a great Darkchild funk loop that opens it, and then the singing happens, and it's all disappointing. The bridge is truly baffling. Like, her voice is really quite cloying at that part of the song.
I don't remember it now.
Like, it's just like,
go back and
like she's, sometimes her voice gets into, like, there's a level.
A shrill?
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. I'm looking it up so I can hear it.
Like, I can see why they muted her so much in the last song, because her voice does not stand up to being central in the mix, which it is here. And I think the tone of her voice is annoying.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I can imagine Britney doing this song and fucking tearing it up.
Okay.
Like, because Britney's...
Another good Britney song.
Britney's got, like she has
I mean, her tone is second to none, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's so obviously her.
Yeah, but it's like, it's a similar kind of tone, but J-Lo just doesn't have the strength, I don't think, to get to that level.
Yeah.
It's great production, amazing hook, but her singing is the worst thing about it. And apparently it's supposed to be about Mark Anthony. But, she had nothing to do with writing it, so that's an accident, if that's true. Like, that's fans going, oh, this one must be about Mark Anthony, because look at the lyrics. It's like, look, that she had nothing to do with the fucking lyrics.
Yeah.
This isn't a Mariah Carey album where, look, this is, I think this is actually about this, because Mariah's written it, and it is about this. Yeah. This is about whatever fucking Darkchild felt like writing about that week. And she's turned up and gone, oh, yeah, I think this is about Mark. Okay, thanks, love. Thanks for your contribution.
That's cute.
Now try and... Can you sing? No, you can't. So, I'm real. What percentage do you think the low is giving us here?
I've gone from mid to high low. I thought it was probably about 80%. I think it's mostly her here.
Yeah, I very much think it's a high low. Like, it's so much.
It's like, I hated it. It's high low.
There's so much her, and it's so terrible. Like, it's just like, how can the lead vocalist's voice be the worst thing about a song? That kills me.
Just like this. Just like this.
What were you, a pro low or a no low?
So probably because of sort of what you were saying, like the dark childness of it all. I've gone for a very light pro low.
Yeah.
Where it's sort of, again, I'm probably pro the song.
Yes.
I think it's catchy. So
I'm on the cusp of pro low, but I'm a hard no low. But another vocalist, I would be totally across this.
Yeah,
like,
sure. Yeah.
Like I said, if this was Britney Spears, Britney Spears versus Darkchild. Imagine this song.
I'm actually kind of even hearing like it would be a bit grittier, but Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
Like
a really strong, like an actually strong vocalist. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Really tear into
sort
this.
of hear on that song.
But I just like, because I hear J-Lo's not very good singing, I think, well, Britney has a very limited range, but she can she's great in there.
Tone.
Yeah, and she would be amazing. But yeah, like an actual singer on this would be amazing. But unfortunately, that's not what we do here in the Regularverse.
We're fresh out of those.
We have got a clean sweep of no's and some begrudging pros. Now it's on to a song called Still Around, which is written by Antoine Patton, Archie Hall, and Corey Rooney. Produced by Big Boy from Outkast, Cutmaster Swift, and Corey Rooney. And I said, oh, she's singing again. And Mark Anthony's reminiscing in the middle of it, and he's talking. I wish they'd done it the other way around. It might be tolerable with him singing and her talking.
Wait, do you think that was Mark talking?
No, it was Mark talking.
Really?
Yes.
I did not hear that.
Yes.
I thought maybe it was Big Boy.
No.
Interesting, because I've heard Mark talk before, and I'm going to hear it again right now.
Yeah.
So I can, because I'm not going to lie, that was the one thing I liked about it. I was kind of like, oh, sexy man in my ear.
Yeah.
But now that it's Mark, I'm like,
Yeah.
do I feel that? Like, I like Mark.
Yeah.
But... Oh. No, I don't hear him at all. I hear a younger...
He was young then. It was a long time ago. It was 2005.
No. That's so funny. I really didn't... I don't know. I don't hear him at all.
Yeah. Apparently this is Mark.
That's so weird.
From what I read. I mean, yeah.
I don't know. It just didn't sound like...
Because the other thing is, like, if it's not Mark, who is it and why are they talking? But yeah, I said...
Well, apparently I like Mark Anthony.
You like Mark Anthony's voice. This is trying to be light and frothy pop, but it's just a lot of background vocalists trying to make her sound good, and it's tolerable at best. And for a producer from Outkast, like, you're like, mate, what are you doing slumming here? Like, you're just counting the cash and not actually. I don't think he even touched a slider.
Well, he did, but not on the thing. He was just eating a slice. Yeah. They're yummy. It's like, we're going to have that cider. I'm going to leave these ones away. I'm going to have that one.
That one. How did you feel about the Still Around?
So I said that it's a tad whiny, but I said I still think it's a better vocal treatment than anything on the last album.
Oh, that's true.
But I did say, meanwhile, it does sound like 8 songs from that album. I said it's fine, nothing groundbreaking, but pleasant enough by J-Lo standards.
Yeah.
So to give an idea, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit to say I've kind of gone pro load light, but just to give a further idea, I also score things with a number just for myself. Because I'm doing my little album journeys. Anything above a 4 to me goes on a playlist.
Right.
Like when I go out of 5.
Yeah.
This, even though it's slightly pro low, it's still in the 3s.
Right.
Like it's not like, oh, I'm so pro low, it's going on a playlist. It's more like, I don't hate it. It's a little bit more than a 3, but it's not.
It's not enough to. It's not enough to be heard in the middle of other songs by accident.
Yeah.
You don't want this turning up at any point. You don't like. You would go to a party that this was at, but you wouldn't invite this to your party.
No, and I would, if I had to listen to this album, this would be more of a relief than some of the other songs.
Yes.
I'd be like, well, at least that song's kind of okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
Look, I'm hard no low. It's awful. I feel like there's a decent pop song in there, but she's not helping, and I don't think Mark's really helping either.
Yeah. I'm very curious to get to a later song and see where that lands.
How were you in the I'm Real stakes? Do you think this was her or not?
I said, I think it's about mid-low, probably 40 to 50. I said lots of help, but I'm not mad that the help was there.
Yeah, I think the help's better than her. But yeah, I think when you hear her, it's clearly her. So I'm mid to high. But yeah, there's a lot of background vocalists, as I said, trying to make her sound a lot better.
Yeah.
Now we're on to another controversial song, which I believe probably has some Law and Order.
It does.
This is called Ride or Die. Ride with a Y.
It was the 2000s. We were very stupid.
Written by Robert Big Bert Smith, Blake English, and Brandy Norwood. Produced by Robert Anthony and Corey Rooney. How do you feel about our beloved, poor tortured, stuck in the butterfly lounge Brandy being dragged into this farrago?
So my first line, finally a song that someone leaves Brandy's vocal on. Because it's all over it.
I did not even really hear much of the supposed featured vocalist on this.
So I said, I like the intro and the verse. The chorus has a weird wobbly production over it, which I don't love, and that isn't in Brandy's version on YouTube. So I think they've just added wobbles and said, "Oh, that was J-Lo."
Yeah,
and they just didn't sing on it.
That was the Corey Rooney edition.
Yeah, I said the beat is a little out of the box, but not annoyingly so. Like I've heard more annoyingly sort of basic. I said I'm 50-50 on it. I said there's some melodic stuff I was really liking, but then there's other stuff that kind of ruins it. So I'm sort of somewhere in the middle. I said this, it's certainly not the worst thing on here.
No.
So that's something. What about you?
Brandy. Why is Brandy letting J-Lo sing over the top of her song? Like, this is basically a Brandy song with J-Reg featuring on the very regular choruses. Is that why Mariah tortured her during the roof? As punishment for having participated in this mess.
Yeah, she said, you did the ride and now it's time to die, Brandy. Like,
I have to say, I actually liked this song except for the verses and J-Reg moaning over the background vocals like she stood on a rusty nail. By the way, and the Brandy version is identical, but it doesn't have the moaning regularity. Yes. And has a nice guest from Poster Boy, which is something I didn't like until I listened to the Brandy version of this. I did not realize I was missing the features on this album as much as I was.
It's funny. I don't know. Maybe the version I listened to of Brandy didn't have a feature. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. There was no feature on. Oh, so did you listen to the demo version? There's a demo version, which is what Brandy apparently gave J-Lo to sing.
Right.
And then there's the single, well, not the single version. It was produced for the album and then didn't make it on the album, which had a feature from Poster Boy. But yeah, J-Lo tries to sing like Brandy, but she doesn't have the warm tone of Brandy.
No. Well, it doesn't have any tone.
Well, Brandy sounds like honey and Jennifer Lopez sounds like vinegar. And not balsamic vinegar, a bucket of shit vinegar from some crap fish and chip shop that shut down 3 years ago.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
So,
like, poach some eggs in
can we get into the Law and Order? What happened with Brandy?
So, the rumour is, of course, that J-Lo stole this from Brandy.
J-Lo steals everything. She stole the Firecracker sample. She stole all of Brandy's discography. She stole everything that Usher ever made.
She stole Ashanti's voice box direct from her throat.
Right out of her throat. Just tore it out with her feet.
Her hands were busy smacking people.
She was doing her nails.
I mean, if she does have any talents, I'd say that's one of them.
That's one of them, yeah.
So the fact of this is unknown because we know that the song is written by Brandy and she's clearly all over it.
It's all of Brandy's vocals.
I couldn't really find any info other than that it was written for the Aphrodisiac album and didn't make it. So whether Brandy handed it over happily or it was another Usher situation is unknown. So this case remains open.
Ooh.
Chung chung.
Well, the version I listened to with Poster Boy sounds almost exactly the same as this. Like there is...
Yeah, so did the demo.
Yeah, the demo is very... Yeah, the demo, and the demo clearly... I mean, it's obviously been made and it's like, here, J-Lo, sing this. And she has not.
Yeah.
She has not.
She forgot. She forgot to sing it. Bless her. She was busy.
So high-low or mid-low or low-low, what percentage do you think is I'm real?
I mean, it's low-low.
Very low-low. It's mostly Brandy.
Yeah, when I said like before that I didn't love the chorus so much, it's the warbly production.
Yeah.
So in the J-Lo version, I prefer the verse over the chorus because of that.
Yeah. I just don't like the verse because there's too much J-Lo in it.
Yeah, sure. I said, she's on there, she's in the verse or wherever she isn't, but I said there's a lot of Brandy padding.
Yeah. It's a Brandy song, like with a J-Lo feature. Like it's
pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm also low. Are you pro low or no low?
I've gone firmly in awe because, like I said, there's some decent stuff going on here. Yeah. I couldn't decide either way, to be honest. So I was like, I'm not going to rush back to it, but if it happened to come on, I wouldn't be screaming.
Yeah. And Brandy's got such a beautiful voice. Like it's so warm. Like there's a warmth to her, and there is
totally. She's all warm.
No warmth to J-Lo's voice. It is like someone's stuck an ice pick up your ass. Why? Why did you put that in there?
Like, you know when you like would make icy poles at home?
Yes.
So it's like cordial with a stick. That's what I'm picturing.
Yep. That's exactly what's
going up.
That's exactly what's up there. And her name is Jennifer.
I'll call her Jennifer.
She's trying to scissor me.
This one doesn't have enough cordial in it. Her name's Jennifer.
What flavour is she? Regular. So yeah, I went low.
It's regular from the ice block. That's the name is our branding.
I'm weirdly pro low, the brandy bits.
Sure. Yeah. So you're pro brand.
I'm pro bro. Pro bro.
Pro bro. Yeah. Pro bra.
But yeah, I actually didn't mind this at all. But
yeah,
it's just got a bit too much J-Lo in it.
And sometimes when we can compare, if we didn't hear the brandy version, we just heard this. It's like, oh yeah, Brandy's all over it, but maybe we'd like it more than getting that comparison.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because when you hear the brandy one, you're like, oh, this is just the same song. How can I be angry at it?
Yeah.
Apart from that other woman that keeps screaming and like the moaning, I don't understand. Like she's literally like moaning, like it's ow. Oh, Brandy, stop singing out.
Maybe she did eat some of that cherry pie and she's in the corner going, oh, I shouldn't have.
It's got food poisoning from the mock cream that they put on it.
But it turns out this whole time, the reason J-Lo's not singing on her own songs is she keeps getting food poisoning and she's just in the corner and they just record that. All this time. Turns out she's actually an amazing vocalist and they don't want us to hear her brilliance.
Oh dear. Apparently we have 412 more songs to go on this album. Why there's so many songs on this album? I feel like
this is the least amount.
I know, but I feel like we're back in
the least amount of songs we've done.
Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel again.
Yeah, that's true.
Where everything is regular. Anyway,
so there's no other hits on this one. That's the issue.
Yes.
The other ones had hits.
Yes, there were hits. We're onto a song called I Love now, which is Tim and Bob again. Tim Kelly, Bob Robinson.
I think you'll find it's I Love.
Love.
Yeah.
Tim and Bob producing with Corey Rooney. Tim and Bob writing with Corey Rooney. They're all hooked up together. And I said, look, I think she's sensibly leaned into her speech level singing on much of this song. Very sensibly. And then at the bridge, she tries a little flourish. It's short-lived, gratefully.
Yeah, it's how we like it. Yeah, short-lived flourish.
This is not a great song, and the production is so sparse you can actually hear too much of her voice when she tries riffing down at the end. It's the least offensive slow jam she's done, however. Oh yeah, she tries to do a bit of Mariah business down at the end. She thinks she can riff. And she can't. But it's because we've heard in the past some slow jams from her that have been hate crimes.
Not okay. Yeah. One of them on this very album.
Oh, that's not a slow jam. That is a bona fide ballad. It's still to come. But yeah, like you know, there was a couple of slow jams that we were just like, oh no. And this one doesn't tip into that, but I agree. It doesn't also go very far. Again, like just think of someone else singing this, it might be better. But still, I think it would be a fairly, inoffensive song, regardless of who was on it. Yeah. How did you feel about this I, love?
Yeah, pretty similar. Like, I feel like this is a version, of production where you can hear that there's other people on it, but you can also hear her.
Yeah.
I was like, they've done a nice balance of bringing other people in, but it doesn't feel like she's not on it, which is really what they should be doing.
Yeah.
But they don't always. What did I say? I said, again, it's nothing thrilling, but perfectly fine album filler, and I don't hate it.
Yeah.
So it's that sort of thing. If this was on the 6 with those hits, I'd be like, oh yeah, this song, I kind of remember it. Yeah. Yeah. It's the song before the next hit.
But here in this sea of regularity.
Unfortunately on here, it's one of the best songs.
I know.
because of that.
And it's so relentlessly ordinary that it's sad that it's one of the best songs.
Yeah.
I'm Real. What percentage do you think she sang?
I've gone from mid to high, about 75.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly her, but they've blended the BVs well.
And also, she's talk singing, like it's speech level singing. It's where she works. It's fine. I said high-low. I think there's a lot of her in this song than there normally is. And also, she's not buried in the mix as well.
Yeah, I thought they did a nice balance.
Yeah.
For sure.
And are you pro-low or no-low?
This is sort of another light pro-low. Again, where it's sort of like, I'd be at the party, but it wouldn't come to my party.
Yeah. It's not on the playlist, pro-low. I am a no-low, but I'm on the cusp of pro. Like, it's not... It's a fair distance from the cusp. It's too far to walk. You'd get an Uber. But
sure. But you can see the cusp.
Yeah. It's like,
Again, because it's not a bad song. Like, the I love bit sticks in your head. I remember it.
Yeah. But it's not.
But yeah, like I said, someone else doing it. Okay, Mary J. We'll get Mary J on.
Oh, look. Anyone could be better at this. Like, Brandy. Imagine Brandy doing this.
I'm hoping, I would really love it if when you get to your album of J-Lo covers, if you pick one that I have to do.
Oh yeah, you have to do one.
That would
and
be
it's
funny.
going to be the one.
I'd have to do Dear Ben.
No, you have to do the one with all the pillows.
What was that?
There was just a video of close up of her fucking head the whole time, and it was
Oh, Baby, I Love You. I kind of like that song, so I do that. Sure.
All right, in this interminable album that never seems to end, there's another song. I keep saying that because it keeps happening. It's a song called "He'll Be Back." It's written by Walter Millsap, Candace Nelson, Timothy Mosley, produced by Timbaland.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Danja and Corey Rooney.
Danger. So polite.
Danger. But
got me on my knees, Danger.
Danger. And Corey Rooney doing the vocal producing again. Do you have any Law and Order about this by any chance?
No, I couldn't find anything.
Oh, good.
Please tell me.
No, I have a little bit of something.
A little bit of tea?
It's apparently the Affleck Misery breakup song. Right. He'll be back.
He'll be back. He sure is.
I mean, she was right. It took 20 years and a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And they couldn't afford Elvis. But
and another wife named Jennifer.
Yeah. He married some other Jen.
He got confused.
In the meantime. How do you feel about He'll Be Back?
So this was an odd one. I said that the music pulled me in, but the estimated melody took me out.
Yeah.
I did think that the backing vocals are actually backing vocals on this. So I was like, okay. I said, I think she's doing okay, but everything else is a little bit regular. Like everything else is, I mean, she's regular, obviously, but everything else is kind of still quite regular. But I did say that my first listen, I found it quite boring, but maybe I was kind of over the album at this point.
Oh, yeah. Well over the album.
When I re-listened to it, yeah.
And we will be so over the album by the next track that we will want to murder someone.
I said the second listen, I was slightly less bored and could tolerate it. So there we are. What about you?
I said, again, her vocal inability is really on show here. It's essentially speaking in tune. It's like Rex Harrison in My Fair Lady. Like it's, she's trying not to sing because someone's told her she's no good at it. I really like the production. I found it seductive, which is a nice counterpoint to the lyrical content, which is kind of plaintive and a bit pathetic, to be honest. And again, I think this could be a decent song, like with someone else singing it. Do you know who would sing the fuck out of this? Kelly Rowland.
Okay.
Kelly Rowland would tear the shit out of this song.
Yeah,
because
I can hear
it's
that.
nice. It's kind of got a seductive slant to it. She would kind of give it a bit more sex, which is weird because J-Lo is famous for being a sex symbol and she's got a lot of sex appeal and she's got, her big fat sexy butt. And her voice has none of that. Like there is none of that in her vocal performance. And you're like, where is it?
Where is the sex? Where is the sex, J-Lo?
I feel like it's all performative now. I feel like she's not actually sexy. Like she's been pretending all this time. She's a really good actor.
I mean,
she's a much better actor than we ever thought she was.
Oh. Yeah.
She just can't act like she can sing. But yeah, I just kept thinking like, Timbaland with Kelly Rowland tearing up this song.
Yeah, no, I can hear that now that you say it for sure.
It's like, I would love this. This would be great. But unfortunately, it's Jennifer Lopez. So I'm Real. What percentage of the song do you think was the low?
So again, I've gone for sort of mid to high low. I feel like that's pretty much where this album sits.
Yeah.
For the most part. She's there, but so are some other people.
Yeah. But yeah, it really does sound like her, and it's really horrific. Yeah, I've gone for high low, and very much a no low for me. How are you feeling about this song overall? This
is maybe similar to the last few, where it's just kind of the song itself I kind of like.
Yeah, if only it was someone
like her. So it's kind of that whisper of Prolos. Yeah. So,
we should do an Angel's Advocate of this entire album and fix it. With better vocalists.
yeah. Done.
So you were you an awe in the end?
Kind of. Yeah, I feel like the last few have all kind of been in that area.
Yeah. All right, we're up to a song called, in parentheses, Can't Believe, outside of parentheses, This Is Me.
Very confusing, considering the last album was called This Is Me.
Yes.
Then.
But this is Can't Believe, in brackets, This Is Me.
I think I had to write this when I sent it to you. Make sure you don't listen to the other one. It's too confusing.
It's all right. I just listened to the album. And
I'm curious to hear what you think of this song.
Well, this is written by Jennifer Lopez with Mark Anthony, her husband, and Corey Rooney. And it is produced by Mark Anthony as if she has not learned any lessons from making Gigli with Ben Affleck. Like, you know what? Don't work with your partner because you make shit things. And here it is again happening. So I just said, Jen does her Celine Dion impression. Her husband, Mark Anthony, has convinced her she can sing, and he's wrong. He wrote and produced this, and given how loud the orchestration is, he's realised at some point she's no good and needs to be drowned out. Did she learn nothing from Gigli? Don't make shit with your other half. This is an awful song, far too dramatic and bombastic. But again, if Celine actually did get her hands on this...
Yeah, that's true.
Or Mark Anthony, for that matter. Like, he could sing the fuck out of this song. It could have been... Yeah. Well, at best, an okay album track. It's not all coming back to me now, but it could be better than whatever she's doing here. And while I was like, did Mark Anthony, did he cover this himself? Did he record it? I mean, I had to listen to a few of his songs. I found one that sounds suspiciously like it, that's dedicated to his daughter. And then I went and listened to the song from Zorro, which is Mark Anthony and Tina Arena. And then I imagined Tina Arena singing this. And I'm like, sure, it's no Sorrento Moon, but it's better. And then I was like, fuck, I'm going to get to a list of songs that would be better than this if other people sang them. And then I'll be here until the end of time. So I stopped.
Yeah, fair enough.
How did you feel about her attempt at an actual ballad?
Do you know, I didn't hate this as much as you did.
Oh, man.
I did. I said, it's not. I said, no. I said, is it perfect? No. I said, but is it great by her standards? Yes.
Now you're comparing her to her, and that's not what we do here.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, hearing when you said about like Tina Arena or something, I'm like, oh yeah, that would be much better.
Even Baby Spice could have a decent tilt at this. And she's not got the best voice.
She's got a very sweet, but yeah, the strength isn't maybe.
No.
Yeah, look, I didn't hate it. I suppose, yeah, in comparison to the rest of the album, at least this felt like
something different,
something else. Yeah, and so I was sort of like, it kind of gave me where we've talked about Spanish J-Lo.
Yes.
You know, maybe this is a Spanish song.
Oh yeah, if this was in Spanish, I think it would have worked a lot better because she'd be more comfortable. I think her voice, she sounds more comfortable singing in Spanish.
Oh, 100%.
Whereas she sounds so forced in English. Like it sounds, and I know this is weird because she speaks English all the time. Like it's not like it sounds like she's having any trouble speaking English. Like she doesn't have a thick accent or anything. Like she doesn't slip into Spanish at any point when she's talking. But her with singing, like it just sounds so like sounds like she's singing while doing a shit half the time. Like she's really pushing it out and she's still not getting anything good.
I think maybe where I appreciated a little bit more was that she was at least trying. I could hear that in her voice.
Do you know what YouTube will often offer you some other things to watch because you're watching something. Yeah. So when I was in my, trying to find a Mark Anthony song that maybe sounded like this, I was offered a song by Kate Winslet, of all people. And it's
I remember she had a song.
Big belty ballad. And I'm like, fuck, she can sing 20 times better than J-Lo, and she's done one song. And she's I
don't remember how the song went, but I remember
much better actor. She's a much better singer. And J-Lo's like, what is this, the 4th album now we're on to?
Yeah.
And there's been no improvement, Posh. Like... She's
really,
not learned a thing.
I'm curious as to
where's the progression? I want it like, we listened to all those Mariah songs and we got this beautiful progression of like, she could always fucking sing, but then she gets more kind of richness to her voice as she gets older, and her lyrics become more adventurous, and her production becomes more exciting and dangerous, and then sex starts coming into it. And for this supposedly sexy woman, we haven't had a single sexy song ever.
Well, what I was going to say is I feel like the sexiness is in the Spanish.
Yeah.
With her. That's as when you were talking about it, I was like, oh, that's probably where it is.
Yeah.
And without jumping ahead, we will have some Spanish soon.
Will we?
In the Regularverse.
In the Regularverse.
The next album.
Oh.
Not in this.
I was going to say, what? Album. I'm looking ahead and I can't see a thing.
Like, I can't see it. There's nothing Spanish. Nothing. No, we're going full Spanish.
Oh, well.
The next Regularverse is all Spanish.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. We need it. We need a shake-up.
Fortunately, I'm going to make my way.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Now that we're talking about it more, I can definitely understand, like, the comparison to other better singers.
Because it's I love a big power ballad. I love, even that ridiculous Celine Dion song from the Deadpool 2. Where, the film clip is great and he comes in at the end, he goes, it feels too good for this movie. Like, this is Deadpool 2.
Yes,
you're at 11 and we need it down here. And she goes, this only does 11. Like,
yes, that's right.
I feel like she only does 4. And this song... This song demands an 11. Like, Mark Anthony has written...
Yeah, this was maybe a little unfair.
Yes.
of him to do. I like...
It's Gigli the song. It is... terrible.
I personally think there is worse stuff on this album than this.
No, but I just meant in that, here she's working with someone who apparently loves her, and all he's doing is showing how fucking limited she is.
Yeah, sure. God help us all.
Because she was playing a lesbian in that fucking movie in Gigli.
I haven't seen. We'll have to watch it.
I've seen it. It is seriously one of the most hilariously terrible films you've ever seen.
That's. I was like, we need to watch it for this podcast.
He cures her of her lesbianism with his penis.
Oh,
that
yuck.
trope.
I hate that.
Yeah, the worst.
Yeah,
the worst.
No thanks.
Anyway.
Oh God.
And there's a lot of talk of sneezing penises. It's seriously one of the worst. Like, there's a bit where she talks about the reason she's a lesbian is because vaginas are like a mouth and it's like kissing a mouth. And the whole time she talks about that, she's fucking like the most obvious camel toe you've ever seen in your life. And she's doing bridges on the floor, like thrusting it skyward. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie?
Yeah, we're definitely getting in on that. We might do a commentary.
Anyway.
I'm excited now. Yay. I think I don't know, it's one of those things where it's a bit of a sort of, I don't know, what is it, paradox? Like, what's the word where it's like, it's a little bit everything.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about it, but I think what I was going to say is I like that obviously he loves her.
Yes.
And he's trying to get something out of her. And he gets more out of her than someone else would.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's what I felt that she was trying to feel it, and more so than the rest of this album.
Yeah. I almost wish, like the other one that they did together, where it was like he was giving her a singing lesson. Like, I feel like if he was on this as well. with
Yeah,
his
could have
amazing
been.
soaring vocals.
Yeah.
Like, we would have gotten something and we would have appreciated her being there. But
And I really liked that first song.
yeah, that was great.
No Me
I
Ames,
think
yeah,
he's got a fucking spectacular voice. Like, he's a
Oh, he does,
like,
obviously.
it's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, and I think it's just, yeah. Anyway, so high, low, mid, low, or low, low. How do you feel about the I'm Real?
Oh, this is
score?
100% her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, high, low.
There's
All
no,
her.
there's no one else has sound this bad. And how do you feel? Are you a pro low or a no low?
I think I have to be in awe on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of thought, her and the music, I was just a bit hit and miss on the whole thing. But I wasn't bored.
No.
So I was pro not being bored. As opposed to the rest of a lot of the album. Which was just boring.
Yeah, I'm again no low, but like get a Tina Arena, Celine Dion on this, or Mark Anthony himself, and I would be fucking pro, like
yeah,
pro,
All the way.
like triple pro. Like this is
Yeah.
right in my corner.
There's definitely something exciting about
Yeah,
it.
this is the kind of
As
song
far as
I
the
love.
song
Like this is the
writing.
kind of
Yeah. I love the drama.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's probably where I got a bit confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, now like hearing you talk about other singers, that's thrown me a bit.
Yeah, I know.
But
you know what? Fucking Kelly Clarkson ripping into this.
Oh, she's amazing.
She would just tear this apart, and you would be like,
Yeah.
and there would be a big belt at the end, and you'd be like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
I reckon if
That's
Kelly
so
was singing
true.
it, Mark Anthony would have stepped up and said, yeah, I'll do this as a duet then.
Yeah, that was fun.
There's someone I can
That'd be
actually
interesting.
compete with instead of drowning out my poor
that's
wife.
true. In 10 years, I'm going to have to break up with you.
Oh my God.
Get the fuck out of our podcast.
Get the fuck
Get the fuck out of our podcast.
Get the fuck out.
Just walk away.
Walk away.
You tacky regular bitch.
Regular.
Get the fuck right out of my face.
Regular bitch. All right, we've left the regular verse abruptly because it was getting too much. We will.
It was. I could. The what is it? Soggy bum wrap was starting to smell just a little.
It was.
I think
getting a bit.
it's going to
whiffy.
rot pretty
Yeah,
soon.
but whatever feelings it had, they've all leaked out. It's now just the wrap, and it's soggy, and it's tucked away somewhere. As you can tell by the name, you know where it's tucked. So we will. Like, I can't believe we're doing a third week on this very regular album.
I didn't see it for us, but here we are, and we've got to barrel on through.
We're gonna have to.
The producers of this album did, so we have to too.
Like, I feel like we're the only ones not phoning in anything to do with this album. Like,
Yeah, we're going all the way. We've spent more time on these songs than they did.
we've committed to listening to them and assessing them and caring about
Yeah, I don't think anyone
how
did
much
that.
we hate them. But
We might be the first people to have listened to these songs.
we might be the only people who listen to this
Ever.
album all the way through, from beginning to end. Anyway, that
Even the people
we'll
mastering.
finally get through it next week. And there's a bonus track, and I'm very excited because it's got my boyfriend in it.
With the muscles.
So this is to you. We'll see you next week back in the regular verse. Bye, Lamely.
Bye.